obviously, Jimmy, we've got the RBG seat fight. And by the way, we just need to memorialize her passing, a titan of the court, a titan of humanity. That aside, you know the fights that are coming. I think the market is declining because of the China news. I know it's not getting all the attention. Sending an attaché to Taiwan, China conducting military drills. What do you believe?
I think markets would love it if they had a better understanding of what American policy toward China was, what the goals were, and how it might be implemented. All these sort of disparate events, it's confusing sort of what the sort of policy connective tissue is of these events. It seems like a lot of one-off things. TikTok, what was ultimately accomplished in the end. The U.S. still they don't have control of the algorithm. It's a Chinese company. What will be sort of the next TikTok? Listen, people talk about a new Cold War. In the Cold War, it was a bipartisan effort in which there was a lot of agreement about how to proceed. We have none of that right now. So when these things happen, whether it's Taiwan or there's some sanction on a company, you don't know, is this temporary, is it long-term, and how does it fit into an overall broader strategy?
Yeah, but sending basically an American diplomat to Taiwan, you got to know that's going to anger Xi Jinping and the Communist Party officials in China. And I think that we see the increased escalation in tensions with China, the world's second biggest economy, and you're probably going to get a market that's down 500 on the futures.
I think if there has been one overriding controlling interest in U.S. policy toward China over the last nearly 4 years, it is to talk tough and get tough, but do not spook the markets. So this is a market spooking event. So there's like this balance in which we want to change this relationship. We want to get tougher, but we don't want there to be any costs. We don't want there to be any costs as far as companies losing sales in China, less investment, between the two companies, prices. So we don't want there to be any costs. But yet there still is this. To the extent there's a bipartisan consensus, is that we've been too easy and we need to get tougher. So living with sort of these one-off and escalations, market rattling kinds of events, I mean, at the very least, that needs to be your baseline.
Yeah, and does the upcoming political battle over the filling of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat, do you think that reduces the chance of a new stimulus package being passed? And if so, by how much?
Listen, I think the odds are not great before this, as Eamon was running down some of these really, I think, exotic measures that Democrats were thinking about, which I think indicates a certain amount of desperation. It's not hard to see how this can. Again, the odds were not good before, and the amount of bandwidth, political bandwidth and capital this is going to consume. If a big $1.5 trillion stimulus package was your baseline about what was going to happen, and you think that without that it was going to have a very bad economic impact, I think you need to begin to explore that world a little bit harder right now.